Hello, everyone. Next law is the power of a power law. So this would look like something like this. So if I had a squared all to the power of 3, what does this mean? That means a squared times by itself 3 times. So I've got to go a squared, which is a times a, times another a squared, which is another a times a, times another a squared, which is another a times a. So I've got a squared here, a squared here, and a squared here, multiplied by itself 3 times. So if I run that along, and just, that's a times a times a times a times a times a, which is a to the power of 6. And let's do another one. What if I had y cubed all to the power of 4? What does that mean? Well, I've got to do a y cubed, y times y times y. So I've got to times y cubed by itself 4 times. That's once. Let's do another one, y times y times y. It's twice. Let's do another one, y times y times y. And the last one, y times y times y. So if I was to look at that, I've got y cubed, that's y times y times y, times by another y cubed, times by another y cubed, times by another y cubed. That's y cubed times by itself 4 times. And if I count how many times I'm timesing it by itself, it's y to the power of 12. Okay, so what I want to do now is, can I get from y a squared all cubed and end up at a 6, and a y cubed all to the 4 and end up with 12? How do I get there quickly? So y 2 times 3 will give me 6, and 3 times 4 will give me 12. So the rule for this one is that if I have x and I raise it to the power of a number and I raise it to the power of a number again, it is that base x to m times n. And that is the rule. Okay, we'll do some examples over here. I suggest you pause this and try and do these yourself. And now let's go through the answers. So let's have a look. Hopefully you've paused this and tried it. Here's the 3 and the 5. It's a power of a power, so I'm multiplying. It's x to the power of 15. And here is a 3 and a 2. It's a power of a power. I'm multiplying, so it's y to the 6. Okay, then I've got this one. I've got 4 and 2 are the powers. They've both been raised to the 5, but I've got 2 different bases, so I've got to do them separately. So it's m to the power of 4 times 5, which is 20, and n to the power of 2 times 5, which is 10. Okay, next one. This one's a little bit interesting. I've got a number here. Okay, here's a number. I'm still raising it to the power of 5. Okay, so this is where people often make a mistake with this one. It's 2 to the power of 5. I just have to treat that like a number. It's 2 to the power of 5. Now, I can have a look at my bases. I've got a power of 3 and a power of 5. So that is m to the power of 15. Okay, last one. I've got a number. Don't forget to treat my number here. So 4 to the power of 3. And then I've got x to the power of 5 to the power of, I've got more these bases, sorry, these powers to consider, 5 to the 3. And I also have a y, which has a power of 1. Remember that? So 5 times 3 will give me 15. And y to the power of 1 times 3 will give me 3. Not very clear, but that is meant to say 4 to the power of, 4 to the 3, x to the power of 15, y to the 3. Now these numbers up here, these 2 can be written as 2 to the power of 5, or you can actually work that out and call that 32 if you want. Either answer is fine. Same down here, 4 to the power of 3. 4 to the power of 3 is actually 64. You can write it that way as well if you want to. either way is fine. You went well there.